Good morning from the first snowy day in Kyiv. So as you can see, I'm covered in snow. As you can hear, there are generators running, which means we have no electricity again. We were without electricity for about half the day yesterday, and my power just cut off a little while ago. So perfect timing, because I'm gonna go to work or go teach at school. Let me take you along. There's people already cleaning the streets in front of the restaurants. People out. Life goes on though. People are used to it. The only thing that makes it really hard, obviously, is being without electricity. The sun sets around 4 p.m. So it feels kind of like your day goes by really fast, and it's kind of depressing, especially when you're sitting in the dark. I'm very lucky that I have a good setup, put through a power bank and fiber optics. So I have a sun lamp that gives me lots of brightness, and then I have internet. So I've been okay at home by myself. I have gas for my stove, so I can still cook. The heating is still working for now. I'm only on the 3rd floor, so I don't need to pump water up to a higher floor, so I have running water. But not everybody's life is as easy as mine, guys. I probably have one of the easier lives here in Ukraine. And I'm still not easy, right? It's still hard sometimes. Today I'm even wearing my winter boots because I knew it was gonna be kind of slushy. It's hovering right around 0 degrees, which is actually terrible. I'd rather it be colder. Because the problem with 0 is the snow kind of melts. If it was -5, actually, it would be better. But you can see it's quite a bit of snow. So today's a very special day, not just because it's the first snow of the year, but because we're alive. And Kyiv is still standing, despite the warnings we had yesterday and the closures of the embassies due to a potential big Russian attack.
Ukraine's capital is under an air raid alert in anticipation of possible Russian airstrikes. Moscow is upping the ante after President Biden authorized Kyiv to use U.S.-supplied long-range missiles to attack Russia.
Ukraine fired long-range missiles provided by the US into Russia, hitting an ammunition storage facility near the Russian city of Karachev. The attack, 75 miles from the border with Ukraine, is the first such assault to use long-range, NATO-made arms.
The alert comes just hours after the U.S. State Department closed its Kyiv embassy due to, quote, specific information of a potential significant air attack. Meanwhile,
Ukraine fired 8 American-made ATACMS into Russia, according to US officials. A video posted online appears to show a launch, though we cannot independently verify it. The target was a military facility in the Bryansk region of southern Russia, according to the Russian Defense Ministry.
Putin has promised that he would use an intercontinental ballistic missile, maybe even a nuclear weapon, to flatten Kyiv and destroy and kill all 3 million people here if the US allowed Ukrainian soldiers to use longer range missiles to attack deeper within Russia. And that's what we're dealing with now, guys. So yesterday was the first day that everybody was really hiding in the shelters. Well, one of the days everybody was hiding in the shelters in anticipation of what was going to happen. Thankfully, it didn't happen yesterday, but that doesn't mean it won't happen today. The saddest part of all of it are the comments I've gotten from people. Usually, people have never been to Ukraine before. I would say 99% of them never been to Ukraine before. They're commenting, this is what you get for poking the bear. This is what, Biden's starting World War III. And somehow, whatever they say, it's always either America's fault or Ukraine's fault. And they don't understand that Russia has been attacking and bombing deep inside Ukraine for the last 3 years. And Ukraine should have been allowed to strike back and destroy the ammunition depots and these other valid military targets inside Russia, regardless of where it is in Russia, if it's 10 kilometers in, 100 kilometers in, or 300 kilometers in, or even 3,000 kilometers in. They should have been allowed to do this from day one. If you're using a bomber plane, if you're using a missile to attack another sovereign country, those things should be blown up. And I don't understand why people are so upset with Biden now. If anything, we should be upset that Biden didn't allow this 2 years ago. Look at this handsome lad I just randomly bumped into. So,
Hello, everybody.
we're still live after yesterday's.
We're living, we're living. It was all just a bunch of, well, empty.
You know what?
Empty threats, really.
That is true, but at the same time, I remember celebrating like December, and then January, and then February 20th, a few days before Russia actually invaded, thinking, just empty threats.
It'll be okay. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey. Well, let's hope it stays empty threats.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah.
But how amazing is this? First day of snow, guys.
First day of snow. I've just been up to the park up there. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah?
I recommend it. Yeah.
I will actually. I gotta go to school to go teach soon, but I want to check it out.
Yeah.
There's a huge splash of water. I don't know where that came from. Oh my God, from the cars driving by. They just splashed all those little kids. Oh my God. Oh my God. Poor kids. And they're going underground just to stay dry. And they don't want to wait for here, but it actually would have been better, I guess. There's a protest going on here. I'm not sure for what, actually. I'll go take a quick look. It's crazy to have a protest the first day of snow. So this protest is about money for unfinished buildings. Because of the war, a lot of developers went bankrupt, unfortunately. Honestly, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for all the people who, they had deposits and now their home, their investments are pretty much worthless. But I also understand there's no money to go there. So what to do, right? So can I ask you what this protest is about?
We're standing for saving two green places in Kyiv. It's Literatury Square. It's a part of center of Kyiv, and Ecopark Osokorki. It's a unique place near Dnipro River.
So there are green spaces that are normally for people.
Yes, but Literatury Square is like a small park, and Ecopark Osokorki is a special ecosystem, the last one in the Kyiv that will go in the chain of Smaragd chain. And here we're not the same protests from them. They are standing for it's investors of this company. They lost their money because the owners of this building company spent them not properly, and they want their flats to be built from money that will Ти почула, що говорила? І ти можеш
Українською я спробую перекласти.
гаразд. Ті самі власники з іншого ЖК прибуток хочуть перенести на добудування.
Maybe from the new sales of the new apartments or something?
Okay, so well,
But it's not clear. I don't see that they are investors. Look how they are.
yeah, they're not investors. Those are people who paid for their flats.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, and now
It looks very different because you have
when
homemade
companies,
signs
they paid for did not
and they
pay
have
for
these
their
like
flats.
professional ones. Yeah.
We are not. Put money for somebody. Sorry, just. We have a problem that people want to earn quick money, and buildings this is very popular,
Yes.
and especially the green zones, they are disappearing. So we have downtown where they want to build it. They have a beautiful park, Osokorki, and also I don't know if you heard about Paysage Nale. It's very beautiful.
I agree that there's enough space outside
Yes,
to build like
but there is a lot of space, and people are decreasing because we have a war.
Yeah.
And even now to invest in Ukraine, unfortunately, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So it looks like they want to quickly use the situation of chaos to earn permits for building, or even to start the buildings, and then they will, I don't know, have their lawyers to defend them, and that's it. And we will have less green zones.
That makes sense. I support keeping green zones. I think it's very important. Like in New York, the Central Park.
Yeah, it's a veto. Nobody can touch it. And even in Kyiv, there's so little zone that people who have children, they need to drive a car
That's not fair.
to play. We don't almost have a playgrounds, and this is something to keep.
Can you tell me what your sign says?
My sign is saying "Save the Square."
Okay.
And this one is, "Hey, this is not. This is against the law."
Okay. And what about these other ones?
Okay, let me.
It's long.
So this one, only Kyiv citizens are fighting for saving of a soccer key, to save the beauty of the Kyiv during the wartime. And also another, we need to save the Literature Square. Literature Square, this is a square in the downtown where we have a lot of famous literature artists who live there, who were writing there, and it inspired them. This is a culture sport of Kyiv.
I understand. So I think it's, I don't know, good timing or bad timing, but today is the first day of snowing.
Yes, and probably it's a time for change. Also, we shouldn't be relaxed. We shouldn't wait for the sun to resolve everything. We need to fight. We need to struggle. We need to show our opinion.
I think Ukrainians are very strong and determined, because every big protest, whether it's Maidan Revolution or today's protest, it's always for some reason in the cold. It's never in the sun. Okay. I wish you guys best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope everything goes well. You know, it's really interesting that even during war, even during the threat of being bombed and attacked, you know, people still go on. They have to think about where they're going to live. They think about the future of Kyiv and Ukraine with green spaces for kids. It's you know, it's interesting. Tell me how you feel about it in the comments. You know, I understand some people think life and 100% thoughts should be about the war, what's happening now. But I think it's also nice that people are thinking about the future and about where to live and things like that. By the way, it's a really interesting topic, because I've been reading a book called The Power Broker about the land developer in New York. And this is kind of like, you know, Kyiv is like New York, you know, 30, 40, 50 years ago, developing still. Well, this is the safest place I'll be all day in these next 20 minutes or so inside the metro. We're lucky there's not an air alarm warning right now, because then it would be closed. I mean, the train would be to the left bank. This is something I haven't really thought about too much, but I've been very lucky with, is when there's an air alarm, I actually can't get to the left bank by train, because they close the bridges.
What's the name of your...
You know, it occurs to me, I've been making the same video 3 days in a row, but every day in Ukraine is so different, as you can tell. It'd be interesting to make a video here on my same journey kind of throughout the seasons, and look how different it looks. Like you probably wouldn't have even noticed this exact same spot, my exact same commute, because it looks so different today. You know what's crazy is this side of the highway is so much more snowy. It's kind of like the poorer the district, the more snow you get, which is crazy. I think just because there's less buildings on this side. Now we are on the left bank. Try to make her marshuka so she's not late. Because it'd be terrible to have to wait in the cold for another half an hour, or an hour even, for one to come. Hope she makes it. This is the same babusha parking. I gotta walk through this shit. Working hard even in the snow. Respect. It's in this park that you can really see how much snow fell last night. That wasn't cleared or burned up from the pavement and cars going by. Look at the other Mashukis. And Johnny's going to school down here somewhere. I feel really blessed and privileged that I got to see the snow so early. I guess it's the end of November now. Sometimes it doesn't actually snow until December or something, and I really love snow for about a week or two. And then I really hate the cold and my body shuts down. But I love the snow for about 1 or 2 weeks. So I feel like now I can enjoy it just for a little bit. But from a non-selfish point of view, this is terrible for Ukraine that it's gotten cold so early, because Russia's entire plan is to destroy all of Ukraine's energy infrastructure to basically freeze everyone out, because without electricity, you can't generate heat, you can't pump water to, you know, high buildings. So a lot of people who live, like, for example, even just right behind me, these are the, I don't know, some kind of Soviet built buildings. But actually even a lot of the brand new ones, like right in front of me. This really nice building that I showed you in a couple videos ago, saying I would live there, that's like 25 floors. And you can't have water pumped up without electricity. So imagine living top of a brand new building. You can't get water, you probably can't get heat, you can't take the elevator. How are you gonna survive here in the winter? So as beautiful as it is to be able to show you the snow, and for me to experience it like I'm a tourist on vacation going to ski country, I also understand this is not good for Ukraine. And Russia's been stepping up their attacks. I just read on the metro ride over that this morning Russia launched a intercontinental ballistic missile at Ukraine. This is their threat. Said they were going to send a nuclear missile. But they're not really going to do that because they'd be insane to start a nuclear war. I mean, they're insane to start any war, but...
President Putin had promised changes to the nuclear doctrine weeks ago. A clear signal to Europe and America not to let Ukraine strike Russia with long-range missiles. Then, an even clearer signal. Russian nuclear exercises. A warning to the West.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. That's right. Overnight, multiple strikes by Russia on the eastern Ukrainian city of Dnipro, and the situation is rather confused. The big question, what was it? Ukraine initially saying it was an ICBM strike, and President Zelensky just reinforcing that in the last few minutes, but they're still assessing. ICBMs have never been used in combat before and are nuclear capable.
If Russia sent a nuclear missile really anywhere, Ukraine, especially to another country like a Western country, the UK, the US, whatever they've threatened, that is the end of Putin and of Russia. The world is not going to tolerate that. Even China and India will not be stupid enough to continue working with them. They would finally turn their backs and sanction Russia. And, you know, as terrible as it is, Russia flattening Kyiv or flattening a city in Ukraine or even London is not going to win their war. People are not going to give up because Russia decided to use a nuclear weapon. The whole world will finally wake up and say, Russia is dangerous. Putin is dangerous. They have to be demilitarized. So Putin does not want to do that. He can't do that. Luckily, the missile didn't have a nuclear warhead on it. It was just a normal missile, but it still weighed like something like 400 or 500 tons. Biggest missile they've ever sent. And hit the city of Dnipro. But that was Russia's big warning and big threat. We made it to school. Well, break just started, so all the kids are here having a little lunch with this nice snow in the background. And I'm gonna head and get ready for class. Hello. So we're having a little break now, but we're getting ready for class. If it was me, I would just be staring outside this window the whole time. That's so nice. So I'm just getting ready for the next class. And look how beautiful this backdrop is with the snow. What would you do at home without electricity?
No, I have internet at home and I have no electricity. So for me it's very good. I can do everything. For me it's the same. I also have like internet when it's electricity.
Do you have an internet?
Yeah, like Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Oh, because you have like
power bank.
you have fiber optic.
Generator?
Because you have fiber optic
Power bank.
internet. Yeah, I understand.
I just have just a power bank with a special wire and just.
This is a really good technology. You know, only in Ukraine does everybody have fiber optic in their house. In most other countries, people don't have it. So they have much slower internet, and you need electricity for it to work.
It's a break.
Okay, I'll come back. Okay. All right, it's been a good class, and the power just went out, so we're actually gonna have to do the next one in the dark. But luckily, it's daylight now. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So the hallways are dark because there's no power. But I think we'll manage somehow in this class.
Your favorite subject at school? My favorite subject is geography, PE lessons, English, and some maybe math.
Maths?
Seriously.
Wow.
But you don't have good marks.
But he still likes it. It's okay.
And maybe 100% 40 and chemistry.
Wow, you really like school.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Hello. How are you?
How was class today?
Oh.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. Class is dismissed.
Potatoes.
I love potatoes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, we just got done with the class. Look, kids are playing snowball fights. Oh my god, it's a huge one. Look at that. Well, goodbye to lovely school. Goodbye to snow. This is our first snow day in Ukraine. It's been fun. See you guys in the next one.
Woo!